some young wannabe truck pullers practicing at a very early age. Ted Jones, Tom McConnell here with you. You're watching the Lucas Oil Eastern Nationals coming to you from the Buck just outside Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're in the middle of the 4x4 category, and here comes Mr. 4x4. This is Jim Lyons, who pulls 2 trucks, as Brett Kepner explains.
Well, Ted, 2 vehicle operations aren't that unusual in the sport of pulling. In fact, it's really not even that unusual to see the same driver going back and forth between 2 trucks. But you're looking at one of the toughest operations in ATPA pulling. Jim Lyons, out of the state of Kentucky, competes in both the 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive divisions. And the most amazing part is that either one of these trucks could win its category at any given event. Lyons' history in motorsports, though, is equally as impressive. In championship drag racing, Jim Lyons had not only won national championship events, he was also a world record holder in the sportsman classes. As a matter of fact, his specialty was 6-cylinder engines back through the 1970s and 80s. Amazingly, he still drag races while competing with both these trucks. And we asked Jim, what's the main difference between a ride down a drag strip and a ride down a dirt track?
From the driver's standpoint, it's money.
How do you mean?
Well, we get more out of the pulling than we do out of the drag racing. You got 150 to 200 cars, maybe even up to 500 in drag racing. Here we've got 15 at the most.
Now, the fact that you'll, let's say, make on a winning day in drag racing 6 or maybe sometimes 7 rounds, and here it's a maximum of 2 usually, is that in itself a savings?
Well, that's a lot there. It's savings, you know, only 2 rounds. You got 2, and you might make 6 or 7 in drag racing. But if you make a 7th in drag racing, you're doing good.
That's true. Here you've got to do everything right on the first one.
You sure do. You got to have your weight right and drive the truck right.
All right, from the mindset of the driver, when you're inside the vehicle, difference between the 2 sports.
Instead of leaving full throttle, you got to go easy on these. Depending on the track, you just drive as the track requires it. And on drag racing, you know, you're leaving full throttle.
So does that make this literally more difficult?
It does, really, because sometimes you get too early on the throttle and it'll break loose and then you're in trouble.
Now, don't let Jim Lyons fool you. While he's talking about huge differences between drag racing and pulling, recently, while we were in Brandenburg, Kentucky at an ATPA event, he was going back and forth between a drag strip in Louisville and the pulling event for 3 consecutive days. That gives you an indication that while there are huge differences, something's got to be the same.
All right, Brett, thank you very much. A very multi-talented motorsports gentleman, Jim Lyons, will pull now.
Ted, he is looking for his first 4-wheel drive win of the year. He has won 2 events with his 2-wheel, has yet to win a 4-wheel drive event. Let's see if the Buck will be the one for him.
Michael Oms, 288.8. Oh, Jim Lyons, 288.2. Well, I've said it before, and now you know it's true. It is truly the sport of inches. Here comes the fast break of Gary Varner.
Well, Gary Varner has still got to beat that distance set earlier by Mike Umps out of Virginia. The distance to beat is 288.8. Let's see if the fast break Chevrolet can beat the Ford, Ted.
He's second in points. He must be doing something right. He has a win scheduled. Oh, 293 feet. That does it. He takes the lead. This may be his day, Tom.
Oh, and I guarantee you he is looking forward. He hasn't had a win yet this year, and he wants it oh so bad. Right now on the line, though, is Jim Moritz. He's out of East Prospect, Pennsylvania, driving the Bits and Pieces Ford. He's a local guy, so he knows the track, but Ted doesn't look like he just doesn't quite have the power.
Crawling down through there, straightening a little bit, trying to get it in bits and pieces. 244 feet, quite a bit short. Our next puller coming up, though, could take the lead. This is a guy we've seen before, a very popular truck with the fan, the Junkyard Dog.
Well, Ted, this truck really shines on good, high horsepower track. And this is probably the best track in the country, if you want to know the truth. This track takes an awful lot of power. That's going to put Terry Thurston in a good position because his truck works oh so good on the high horsepower track.
Towing all the way in from Paducah, Kentucky, Terry Thurston will try and beat the mark. Said earlier, it's 293 feet. Gary Varner has it. Does the dog have enough? No, Junkyard Dog, 289 feet. He gave it a valiant try. More 4x4s coming up, including the lady. Stay tuned. The crowd is lined up waiting to get tickets to see the Jasper Pulling Series at the Lucas Oil Eastern Nationals here at the Buck in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're in the middle of the 4x4 pulling. Ted Jones here with you, Tom McConnell, and Brett Kepner, who we've sent down to talk to Donna Webb about why she passed that first pull.
Well, Ted, we've got a very unusual situation here in the 6,200-pound four-wheel drive category. This track hooked so hard that it actually took 2 different times to start the class. They actually had to add more weight to the sled because the first couple of trucks just took it right past the finish line like they were on a freeway. When they finally got around to the 3rd new starting weight, Donna Webb, the points leader in her sudden impact Ford, was the first driver up. She pulled 298 feet on this 300-foot track. But remember, the first driver at each class has the option of accepting or declining that first attempt and coming back and trying it again. Only the first driver has that option. She declined along with her husband, Ron. And that may, as we have seen, been a huge mistake. Donna, it doesn't look now like we're going to see a full pull, and this has got to be one of the more embarrassing situations for a pulling driver.
Yes, it is. That I always hate being a first hook because invariably you guess wrong.
Sure enough, you had told us earlier you didn't like being first. You didn't necessarily like being last. The question, of course, remains, how did the truck feel on that run, and can you do it again?
It felt pretty good, but it didn't turn the RPMs that it should have. So that made our decision that we thought we could do better.
Okay, what are you going to change if you go back out?
We've changed the fuel, and we're going to change the gear.
Now, what have you changed with the fuel?
We've leaned the motor where it will have more power.
Okay, so we didn't actually change what's in the tank.
No.
I was going to say, that would be an interesting manipulation of the rules. Now, as far as the gear is concerned, that in itself is a big advantage because you're the only driver that has the option of changing a gear.
Pretty much so, and we do have a 4-speed transmission in ours where we don't have to do a whole lot of breaking down a transmission also. We can just shift a lever.
All we can do is wish you good luck.
I'll need a lot of that.
So Donna Webb will be getting in line to pull in just a minute, but right now the next problem coming up is Deputy Dog, Mr. Paulman.
He's another hometown guy out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And Ted, earlier today, he was pulling at a pull in Bel Air, Maryland, about 30 miles down the road. Pulled this afternoon, loaded his truck up, and headed to where else? You're going to go, the Buck.
The number to beat, currently held by Varner, 293 feet, just 7 feet shy of a full pull. Oh, he's on his way down. No, stalls out, gets the red flag at only 288 feet. That won't get the job done. But here comes the Iron Butterfly, another lady.
That's right. And her and Charvet Clark pulled against each other all year long. Now they get to run against Donna Webb as well. So 3 ladies in competition here in the modified 4-wheel drive class tonight.
She's from the home, are you ready, hometown, Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania.
I can't make that up, Ted. That's what her membership card said.
Linda Ziegler underway with the Iron Butterfly. 281 feet as she receives the red flag, nowhere near enough. So Will Unks will have a chance with the Enforcer.
Now you saw Willie's brother pull earlier, Mike, with the green machine. These guys are die-hard Ford fans, and you can bet your bottom dollar, especially now since Mike isn't in the lead. Mike has told his brother Willie everything he knows about how to run that truck on this track. Let's see if the Enforcer can do it.
Takes it easy, coming out of the hole, begins to give it a little more power as that weight begins to shift forward onto the rear bumper. The further down course, the more weight. Almost a full pull. Is he there? Oh, look at that. 299.4 feet, just 0.6 of a foot short.
299 feet.
That's it, buddy. You're in the lead.
It's about time. We've had trouble with the truck all year. We're just finally getting it dialed in.
I'll tell you what, on a track hooking this hard, to outpull some of these traveling pros is amazing.
Well, I guess maybe consider it lucky, but the track's going to get better as it goes on, and being as I pull up here all the time, I guess I had a little advantage.
I was going to say, and that makes it not luck. That was skill, my friend. Congratulations. Let's see if it holds for this last pull.
He had a pretty good run last time.
We'll see. Good job.
Thank you.
1 run remaining, that one being Donna Webb, who turned down a 298-foot pull. So as it turns out, she did the right thing, Tom.
Ted, that would have put her in second place had she had kept the pull. But Donna likes to win, so let's see if she can do it. You can see Willie Up's face up there in the corner of your screen. He's hoping she doesn't do it, and Ted, she does it. Willie's the winner.
That horrible sound means one thing, my friend. You have beaten everybody out here.
Congratulations. Thank you.
I will congratulate. I'll shake your hand again. That is impressive.
I don't know what to say.
Hey, whether...
We got 2 trucks. I probably won't know what to do after we run the other one, so it helps having 2 trucks.
That, and I will point out that it's a rare situation that we have 3 reways like we did, so you actually did get an idea what the track was like.
Yeah, we got to run on it the first time, then we set the other truck, and then we fine-tune mine a little bit.
Yeah, every time you run 2 vehicles down there, one of them's gaining information for the other.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, either way, again, congratulations, my friend. Big win.
Thank you.
And our congratulations, too, from the booth from Willie Umps as his fellow competitors offer some congratulations. True sportsmanship. Here's the way they finished. 1, 2, and